Okay. Hi, ladies, gents. So this is taking up the last couple questions on the Unit 2 review on page 90. Very happy to see that a bunch of you actually have taken me up on the offer of coming on to Mathify to get some questions answered. I had the pleasure of working with a few of you tonight, doing your homework. So good for you. Glad to see that you're using it. Because as I've been saying, it is an awesome resource. And the fastest way for you to get help, because it's open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday to Friday. You may have seen in the notes for everything else that I've changed the test to Wednesday after the long weekend. That way you can have Easter with your family and just do family stuff, not worry about it. The only other thing I'm going to assign is just you to do whatever questions that you think you need to on the topics. Remember, when you're going through the review, it tells you where those questions come from. So, for example, number 18 comes from section 2.6. So if you're having problems with this one, you can go try questions from lesson 2.6 again. Okay? So we'll get into it. Number 18 says a portable CD player is on sale. It's advertised as save $20. You pay $49.99. So it asks, what's the regular price? Well, they said we're paying $49.99 and we've saved $20. So that means they took $20 off. So to get the regular price, we have to put $20 back on. So it was $69.99. Question B said, what's the percent discount? Percent discount is the same thing as asking for percent increase or percent decrease. Okay, so it's always difference over the original price. The difference they told us was $20. Okay, that's the amount that they knocked off. They told us save $20. The original price we just figured out, when we put the 20 back on. So $69.99. We do 20 divided by $69.99. Your calculator spits out 0.285. But because it's percent discount, we multiply that by 100 or make it 100 times larger. It never gets old. Although you're all probably sitting there thinking, oh God, that's getting so old. When's he going to stop? I won't. Just get used to it. Anyways, 29%. Okay. 19. A gym suit sells for $89.99 at Aerobics for All for August. There's a 25% discount as a back to school special. Calculate the total price, including tax. So we wrote down our info. The gym suit selling for $89.99. Excuse me. It's on for a 25% discount, and they want the price with tax. So let's figure out the discount first that they've knocked off. So if you remember in class, I like to work with the percentages first. They're taking 25% off. Let's deal with that. Okay. So the original price was all of it. Okay. There's 100% of the price. They've taken 25% off. So you're left paying 75% of the original price. And that's what we set up here. 75% of $89.99. This gets turned back to a decimal because, wait for it, this is 100 times too large. And we have to put it back to a real number. So 0.75 times $89.99, and you get $67.49. Okay, so that's the price that you pay after the discount. But we have to pay tax as well. So in the textbook, tax is 15%. In the real world, it's 13%. But we're going to stick with that now. So when you get up to the cash register, you have to pay the cost of the item. So you still have to pay 100% of the cost of the item, but then the tax as well. Remember, this is the new 100% after the discount. Okay, so we're paying 115% of that discounted price. The 100% being the $67.49. The 15% being that extra tax that we have to pay. Okay, so change that back to a decimal. 1.15 multiplied, and you get 77.61. Oh, my apologies. I'm sorry. I don't know if you can see now the time is down at the bottom, but yeah, it's a little bit later at night when I'm doing this. All right. Hopefully that one's good. Off to number 20. So a family sold a home for $350,000 and paid 5% commission. And first they want to know how much was the commission. So commission is how much usually a salesman makes. Car salesman, some people in electronic stores, definitely real estate, they make a certain percentage of the cost of whatever they sell. So in this case, the real estate agent is making 5%. So how do we figure out how much we pay our real estate agent? Well, they get 5% of the sale of the house, $350,000. So this gets turned to a decimal by moving the decimal place twice to the left, 0.05 times the $350,000. They make $17,500. Not bad for selling a house. So then question B says, how much did the family receive for selling their house? Well, if you're selling the house, you have to pay the real estate agent. So even though your house sold for $350,000, you're paying the real estate agent that 5% commission. So we have to take off or subtract the $17,500. So the family received $332,500. So question C then says, what if the real estate agent said, you know what, 5% is a little high. I'm only going to charge you 2.75% interest. So then the question asks, how much do they save? Well, first, let's find out what you'd have to pay the real estate agent at 2.75% interest. That's the 0.75%. I changed 3/4 into 0.75. Again, 3 divided by 4 gives you 0.75. So 2.75. Okay. Change that back to a real life number by moving the decimal place 2 spots to the left. You get 0.0275 times 350,000, 9,625. So that's the new commission, the new lower rate. So to find out how much the family would save, take the original commission, subtract the new one to find the difference between the two. Okay? And it's a savings of $7,875. So pretty good amount. Question 21 says, find the simple interest paid on investment of $7,500 at 2% per year for 3 months. So first thing, write down a formula. Interest is equal to the principal times the interest rate written as a decimal multiplied by the time in years, not months. They're trying to trick you, but you're not going to fall for such foolish antics. You're much too wily for that. So the principal, $7,500, the interest rate written as a decimal, 0.02, and 3 months, we write it as a fraction, 3 out of 12 months, because that's a year. This next line down, I've just converted this fraction to a decimal by doing 3 divided by 12, and you get 0.25. Multiplied by 0.02, multiplied by 7,500, there's the interest that would be paid. Okay, number 22 said, Jamie borrowed $1,500 from her mom. She promised to repay the money in 1.5 years with simple interest at 7.75%. Okay, so again, we need the interest formula. I is equal to PRT. Principal times the interest rate times the time in years. Okay, so 1,500 was the interest rate. 7.75%, again, 3 divided by 4 is 0.75, so 7.75%, and then written as a decimal. So it was 7.75 once, twice to the left, multiplied by a year and 1.5 years. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5, so 1.5. Okay, multiply that all out, and you get $174.38 of simple interest paid. Part B says, what amount must Jamie pay back in 1.5 years? Well, for the amount paid back, you have to pay back the original that you borrowed. That tends to be a common mistake with grade 8s when they're doing this. They're like, oh yeah, $174.38, I calculated the interest, there's my answer. Well, that'd be great if you're the one borrowing the money. You only have to pay back the interest, not the $1,500 you borrowed. But if it was the other way around, somebody's borrowing $1,500 from you, you're going to want your $1,500 back and the interest. So you have to add them together. Okay, so that's what we did here. The original amount borrowed, the principal, and the interest that you accumulated $1,674.38 has to be paid back. Part C then says, what if Jamie repaid the money in monthly installments? What would each monthly installment be? So you have a year and a half that you had it for, and you're going to break the total amount to be repaid, that, into equal monthly installments. So let's figure out how many months that is. 1 year is 12 months, half a year, 6 months. So we've got 12 months and 6 months. That's 18 months, a year and a half. So we are going to take the total amount to be repaid right here and break it into 18 equal chunks so that we're paying back the exact same amount of money for every single month that we have it. So 1,674.38 or 38 pennies divided by the 18 months, you'd be paying back $93.02 every single month. Okay, so no other new homework assigned for today, Friday, or anything else over the weekend. Same with Tuesday. Your test will be Wednesday, so just practice whatever you think you need. And again, the hours for Mathify over the Easter weekend, I'm not entirely sure of, but you can pop on the website and take a peek. I don't know my schedule yet, but again, my name's Freediver. I think you can look under my stuff when you log in to see when tutors are on. But I mean, go check out anybody and they can give you a hand with whatever you need. Okay? Take care, ladies and gents. Have a happy Easter. Bye for now.